What's up, guys? Today, changing out the rear hubs on my Honda Celica. Figured I'd just bring you along. Let's get into it. So I got some new hubs for my Celica. Figured I'd get them changed out today. Got a stray dog here. Just wants to hang out with me, I guess. Never done this before, so it's going to be a first for me and you guys. Should be pretty simple. I watched a few videos on it, so we'll get right into it. First step, we're going to loosen the lug nuts on the tire, and then we'll jack her up. Now that the tire's off the ground, since we jacked the car up, we're going to go ahead and remove the lug nuts all the way, pull the tire off. Okay, if your tire seized on like mine was, you have to kick the hell out of it or use a mallet on the outside edge of the rim. But I just kicked mine and it actually came off. They tend to get seized on there, so just an FYI. Okay, so the tire's off. Looks like I actually need some new rear brakes, so they look like they need to be done. I'm going to go ahead and remove this bolt, and this one, can't see it. Let's see if we can get to it. This one down here, right here. Hopefully you can see what I'm pointing to. This one right here. We'll undo those, pull the caliper off, then we'll continue on. If I didn't mention, these are size 14, and of course, this is put in an absolute terrible position, and you cannot get a socket on it. So, you're going to have to get you a wrench and wrench this thing off of here. This top bolt will not come all the way out, so you'll have to remove the bottom bolt and then slide the caliper out of the way. You do not want this thing to be hanging, so it actually sits pretty nice right here, so you can just rest it right here. There's 4 bolts on the back side that we need to undo, right here in this square pattern. Before you remove the 4 bolts at the back, make sure you loosen your e-brake and pull off your brake disc here. So mine was seized on, and I didn't realize I needed to take it off before I removed the 4 bolts in the back, so I had to put 2 bolts back, and then I took a mallet and hammered it. Well, the mallet didn't work, so then my only other hammer I have is a regular nailing hammer. So I just hammered the basically hell out of it on all sides of it like this until I visibly saw it come loose, and now it just slides right off. Now I can remove the 4 bolts in the back, or like I only have 2 left because I removed 2 already. But look at all this rust. This thing is pretty wore out. Okay, so after like 30 minutes of me pounding this POS, I finally got it out. It was like rusted to the inside of this. So what it ended up doing is, that's actually the best place for that caliper. Stuck it up in the corner. I rested the hub on the brake rotor here this way down and just hammered all along here trying to loosen up the rust. Got some PB blaster, blasted that sucker to let it soak for a while, hit it some more, blasted it with some heat, hit it some more, and finally I lifted it, held it like this, which is probably horrible for whatever that is, the e-brake, I think. And I just hit the hell out of it, and finally it came out. Hopefully this new one goes in. We shall see. Okay, so once you have the old hub off, you can slide this new hub through this brake assembly, and then into the holder here, whatever this is called back here. And then start putting your 4 bolts in. Once your 4 bolts are all the way on, you're probably supposed to torque them, but I have no idea what the torque spec is for this, and I don't have a small enough torque wrench to put it in between here, this wheel well. So all I did was torque the hell out of them, man. I put them on as tight as I could get them, because I don't ever plan on changing this thing again. This car has 240,000 miles, and if this thing makes it another 5 years, I'll be lucky. But hopefully this will knock down some of the hub noise. So after everything's done here, you just slip this brake disc, brake rotor back on, and now we should be able to put the brake caliper back on. Your brake caliper should just slip right back on. Go ahead and tighten these 14mm bolts back up. I'm just going to get them as tight as I can. They're not super tight, but as tight as I think they should be. Then put the wheel back on, lug nuts back on. Then I'm going to do the other side. I forgot to mention, when putting the 4 bolts on the hub back on, make sure you do it in a crisscross pattern. Okay guys, that's basically how it's done. Hopefully I made it pretty clear and didn't make it too complicated or confuse anybody. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below, and please like this video and subscribe if you found any of this useful. I would really appreciate it. Alright, thank you for watching. Peace.